Welcome to the Good News Bay podcast, where we are making Bay County brighter one conversation at a time. Today we have the special privilege to talk about the Green Exhibit, which is now the Green Exhibit Foundation.
It is.
We have with us Victoria. She says her friends call her Tori, and so I want to act like I'm your friend, because I am. But Victoria Gillman, along with a team of others, have been involved in mental health awareness, really a kind of a movement that y'all have kind of put together. And this is, I think, the second year that y'all have had the event. And I brought her here to tell us about it. And so we're going to have that conversation real quickly. I do want them to know you're married to Cody. And y'all been married, what, a couple years? 3 years?
Yes.
And
since 2020.
And you have a little fella named
do.
Waylon.
We do.
Who's wild.
He's very wild.
Full of energy, which is
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So, having gotten that out of the way, you work at Salty Marlin Realty.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so you and some of your friends have put together, with a compassionate heart, a fashion show, like first-class fashion show. The purpose is to raise really money and awareness to help people with mental health needs, right?
Yes.
Am I close?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
So we decided back in December of 2022 at the time, because it hadn't quite rolled over to the new year yet. We had an idea to bring awareness to mental health, especially around the holidays. You know, sometimes it can be really lonely for, some people, and it can weigh really heavy on people. So we started talking about, like, what can we do that's different, that can not only bring awareness and help kind of like break that iceberg of, that conversation. And we decided, why not a fashion show? We can help small businesses, we can bring people together, we can have a good time, and we can all talk about the things that nobody really wants to talk about on the day-to-day basis. So, yeah. Well,
as you talk about the event, let's talk first about just the broadness of, because it's not just suicide awareness. There's it's really multiple, there's more mental health issues than that people struggle with. Some of those you see with other, perhaps young ladies, even as they interact online or whatever. You said eating disorders was one of those?
Eating disorders, postpartum depression, anxiety, all of that really falls under the umbrella of mental health. It's just in what capacity that people are, thinking about that.
So when people have a struggle and they're wondering, we're wanting them to know that there are places that they can get help, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys are in the process of putting together with the Green Exhibit Foundation some social media links and stuff that will be in the show notes that show people, like probably the suicide hotline.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that there are different avenues that provide all different levels of care. There's a suicide hotline that is 24/7. There's also, different. There's also.
Well, there's not just one counselor that handles every facet.
Correct.
Right. And so, depending on what the need is, the way that you would handle an eating disorder. I mean, I'm kind of speaking for you, but it would be different than the way that you would handle substance abuse.
Correct.
In some ways.
Yeah. So we're trying to get a list composed right now. Where if somebody feels like they might be needing help in one area or another, they'll be able to go on our Facebook and, message someone, and someone on our team will be able to respond and send them the list, and just know that, like, hey, there's somebody here that you can talk to. You matter. We want you here, and here's what we can do to help you.
Now, this event, we're taping this toward the beginning of the fall, and y'all are just now making plans, getting ready to announce the date for the new year.
Yes.
This event this current year, actually happened in May. Or did it happen in April?
It happened in April,
okay.
But our next event is going to be happening in May because.
All right. Tell us why.
Yes, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And the reason we're called the Green Exhibit is because Mental Health Awareness's ribbon, and like the color for mental health awareness is this bright green.
This bright green.
Yes.
We're wearing green for mental health awareness.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. So we're really, really excited for all the things we have coming.
I think all of that is cool. It takes a lot to get there. I think that people are very aware that it's a tough struggle during the holidays. And so hopefully, even as people see this fall, they will begin to think with hope, because we want to keep it good news, right? They'll think as they look toward the spring that this is going to be something positive that they can be a part of that will help bring hope for those that might not know that there is hope. One of the things that I think is cool, and I hope I can compliment this way, is that I think the group that you have create an awareness perhaps for a segment, a certain segment of the population in a way that might not otherwise be aware that, like, hey, there are people that care, and there is a need that can be met here. Now, when I look at some of the ways you're doing this, you started talking about boutiques and stuff, like you want to help small businesses. What does that mean?
So in the
I know what it means, but I want you to tell them what it means.
Yeah, so in the fashion show, whether it's a boutique that is going to actually be in the lineup, or it's a boutique or even just a small business that sells some type of good or service, wants to participate in this event, they can come and they can rent a booth space, and we offer shopping before and after the event. So places can come and set up their booth and sell all of the things that they make or that they sell in their stores.
I hate to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but there are some guys watching this too. When you use this term in the pre-interview, like first look.
Yeah.
So the way this runway stuff works is they will actually be able to put on display brand new items for the new season.
Yes, you're doing so good.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. I don't think every week I try to take hard concepts in the Bible and make it so normal people get it.
Yeah.
And today it's fashion. So basically what you got, though, then is the opportunity to purchase the items that have been on display when nobody else can get them except those that are in this show.
Right. So when you come to the show, each store is going to curate a specific collection for the fashion show, whether it be a theme or just a certain style of clothing that they're wanting to showcase for their store. And the first time that anybody gets to see it is at the fashion show. And that's why we offer the shopping before and after, because once these looks hit the runway, they're available for purchase. And once they sell out there, typically that's the only time that you can get them unless they're able to get some more. But we really like the idea of that.
I think it's awesome. You had really good turnout the first year you did it.
We did. We were a sold out event. We had sold out all of our vendor spaces, and then the vendors that were there came to us after the show and they said that if not all of them, 90% of them had sold out of everything that they had.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And the good news is you raised a lot of money that can help not just bring awareness, but actually meet the needs of those with mental health issues in our community. Now, as I'm thinking about it from the perspective of somebody like, somebody like my wife, Christi, on the one hand, like if I wanted to do something special for her, I would be taking her to an evening where she could have fun, and then potentially I'd need to be ready to buy something that she may have liked that she saw.
Yeah.
But then she'd be really happy with me because I provided said event.
Yes.
But so could a guy take his wife to something like this?
Absolutely. Yeah. Mental health is not about one gender, and also we are in the process of trying to get some male clothing pieces in the next show. Last year we had Awoken Kicks, which was a sneaker company. We had them to help pull in some of the guy audience, and a lot of them really liked that.
Well, I'm going to offer my suggestion again for camo to be somewhere in the line, but
Perfect.
That's just me.
All right, I'll take notes on that.
I also think it'd be cool because I know there's a lot of multi-generational families in Bay County, or some that just have, hey, grandma's coming to town, or college-age students coming home. Several of us can go to, ladies, I think, could go to an event like this, and it's a multi-generational kind of fun, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We are opening the age limitations this year to 16.
Okay.
So you can get in the doors at 16.
So what I love about this is that you're trying to do something that helps local businesses. It is in all these boutiques. It's going to be at Edgewater.
It is.
Am I allowed to say that? Yeah.
It is,
And
yes.
a lot of classy events happen at Edgewater. There's more space there. And And so when are they going to be able to get tickets to this?
So we are going to open up some pre-sales. We don't have a final number for how many pre-sales we're going to do, but we know that there's interest, and we know that a lot of people do want to get in early because last year, like I said, we were a sold-out event, which is awesome. But we'll offer about 100 pre-sale tickets, and then we'll also open up a handful of sponsorship opportunities, but we don't have the numbers on the sponsorships yet.
Well, I know that in the show notes, and we'll provide links that have all the information about dates and times, and if they want to be a sponsor or they would like to be one of the boutiques that has some of their first looks on display. And I think it's a great thing. I appreciate you guys putting this together. I hope that it is something that grows year after year.
Yeah, well, so we also offer volunteers. So if you don't, you don't have to, donate with money or anything like that. If you donate your time,
you don't want me helping with makeup.
No. It's okay. We got that covered.
I'm just playing.
But if you want to, if you want to offer your time and help us volunteer, we'll have an email that you can send that to as well.
Are you allowed to tell us what the theme is this year? Is that a surprise? You don't have to if you want to wait. You want to hold off on that?
We'll hold off on that.
All right. That's wise. You know more about that than what I do, which is good. Listen, Bay County is a special place. You and I are talking a little bit about the future and how bright it is. You still think Bay County is a great place, right?
I do, absolutely.
All right. We believe the best is yet to come, and one of the reasons that's true is there are good people that are doing good things to help those around them be at their very best. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Good News Bay podcast, where we are making Bay County brighter one conversation at a time. Please help us share this good news and change the conversation by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the podcast.